I didn't ask him if his gun was zero, which is, that's how you learn. And the first shot, he blew my chronograph into a gazillion pieces.
Wow.
And he looked at me, and he looked at his gun like, bad gun, bad gun. And he looked at me, and he goes, dude, I hope that wasn't an expensive chronograph. Like, well, but from that point on, every time I let somebody use my chronograph, my first question was, is your gun zero?
We've dry fired. We checked clamps, carriage locks, elevation, straps, table clamps. I'm going to trigger this. Fire in the hole. There you have it.
Oof. Well, you killed the target.
1.3 between those two. Almost 1.3, 1.5 between those. So most of it's within that 1.5, but you do that.
So out of that 5-shot group, last 5 shots, I got a point in it. No, it's not gonna work.
There you have it.
Where'd that one hit? Oh, that's that fourth one in the middle.
Split those two. Yep.
Yeah. So you got 4 shots. You just count that first one. You got 4 shots. That looks like a much better group to me.
Boy, I'd still say you're right there, my friend.
All right, here we go.
That's not where you're pointing. $12 o'clock in the red. Little too left, maybe.
A little bit left.
Send it. There you go. That's within an inch, buddy. See, that's how you're supposed to be shooting and eating, is
Good.
send it.
Okay. Can
You answering your questions?
Yeah. Good.
I'm happy. Gun shoots, bud.
It's the ammo.
Okay.
Send it. Went through the other hole, man.
All right.
Like they say in the street, if it's not wrote down, it didn't happen. You know? If I didn't make a report, it didn't happen. So you got to report it. I'm on record. Are you on record? On record. It's triggered.
Good.
Fire in the hole. There you go. Pretty well what's pointing it, but let's put a round in there and see if it... Nope, I'd say you're there. Little to the right.
All right. As long as you're staying in that same point I need.
Boy, it's there. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Well, I love it when you
Look at
see
those
those
four.
circular groups, because that
That's what you
tells
want.
you, you know, that circle is your average, right?
Yes,
Your
sir.
mean average. You're not getting crazy vertical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah!
That was an
It's
odd one.
still, it's
That was an odd one.
probably.
You want to send a number 6 or you want to call it?
I'm gonna pay you for the whole box of ammo. Let's shoot it.
You want to do number 6?
Yeah, I do.
Let's have to find out.
Uh-huh.
That's a
Nope.
9.5 group.
Right down there.
So
So, that's ammo. I mean,
I was just
we're getting
fixing-
that variation out of Hornady as well.
just
It's just
fixing
not
to say.
as wide, you know?
yeah, exactly.
It's just not as wide. And we're back to where we were. So,
Yeah.
there was a slight elevation on that
Yeah.
on that round, but
Be curious
You know,
to see.
we're
Did
getting
you
a little
record
bit
each
ammo.
individual velocity?
Yes.
What was the velocity on number 5?
78, so it was a little bit higher than what we've been seeing.
There you
but
go.
Yeah.
So it also
3 and
lifted.
4 weren't that much lower, 68 and 64.
Here's
And the
a
last one dropped back in.
Yeah, it's still a little bit. It's only about 40 feet per second.
Yeah.
40 is quite a bit of a jump, and 40 feet per second is enough for it to rise impact. Depending on where your rifling ends, depends on where that 40 feet per second goes.
Exactly.
Sometimes it goes to the left.
Yeah.
Sometimes if the rifling ends here, it'll go to the right. Sometimes it'll be a vertical rise. So just because people think, it flew faster, it's going to be higher. Not always the case. So on this gun, it seems like it's going to go higher, like your rifling ends towards the top.
So we have enough ammo to shoot essentially one more 5-round group and then a 4-round group. So I say since we're here,
Yeah.
Do you?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we do.
Okay.
We'll do that, and then I think,
Okay.
I personally think we've found out what we need to find
Well,
out.
sequence, and let's
Yep.
go down there and measure
Yep.
and talk about
Yep.
what we just did, and then we'll change.
Let me save my last target.
I gotta tell you, it's calmer downrange.
Seems to be.
It's calmer downrange. So windy down there. That's got to be affecting us, huh? So it's our third target. We're gonna see what we got. Center to center. Yeah, you're at 1 1/8 again. 1.122 that way. You're a little more at that one, and we know. So you're still at 3/4 of a group, saying that's 1.5. So that is a duplicatable. This is a 6-round, but that is a duplicatable 5 at the 1 1/8.
So what we had, we're at 0.6, almost 0.7.
That's what I agree
And
with.
with the 5, we're at 0.5.
There you go. That's what I
And I'm not normally the guy that says throw out one, but when you have
Me
the
neither, sir.
chronograph data that shows that
40 feet per
particular
second
round,
higher.
yeah,
We had a slight gust of wind. Was that wind into that?
'cause
This goes back to
I'm a
document.
every shot in the group counts.
Yep,
guy.
every shot in the group counts. We don't like pulling our shots.
This Dookie sandwich, it tastes lovely. Good, doesn't it?
I said that to Jonathan earlier. When you're on a bench and you're shooting from it. Oh, I flinched on that one. Oh, I pulled my shot on that one. So I'm with you. We don't discount it, especially in the rest here, because
Yeah.
there's more data to evaluate.
I agree.
So we have the feet per second.
But
We know all that.
yeah, you gotta document all of it, because if it's just you and you don't have the chronograph data, then you're like, wow, maybe I did yank. Maybe I did lean on the trigger a little
By
bit.
algorithm. What was that? What was that?
Okay, good deal. 2 more groups, and then I think we've got what we need out of this.
Yeah, I think so.
Ready when you are.
Right there is
Hi. Hi. That was odd.
early.
That almost seems like he's moved down a tiny bit.
We may be just too late today.
Up here, it gets that way after 11, 12. Sometimes the ranges goes like too windy. Okay, though, we want to know.
All right, here we go.
That is an agreement kind of where we live, and now we're back to where we were. My bad. Even if we want to, actually, you're in the same spot. It's weird how it points higher, and when the round's in there, it's a little lower.
Yeah.
See, and here it's a little higher, and let me put one in.
Well, everything weighs something, you know. Everything has a.
Yes,
it's
sir.
Just, people with guns sometimes
It's
often
in action, and it's inbound.
Right there.
Through the same hole.
Yep. I'm learning the wind out here. I'm learning what it's got a pattern like it all
It does.
everywhere.
It
Like
does.
it picks up, it sustains, and then you feel it break, and it's like, oh, there's a lull. It's like, no, it gusts again.
That's why we said gun sight's right behind us.
Yeah.
There's a reason they trained these guys here. right.
the wind might have got us. I was trying to
pushed
judge,
you. I pushed
trying to
you.
judge the lull.
It should have shut up. That is a 5, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, one more like that.
Just like that last one was. We got rid of that.
That one's going to probably bump up onto a 0.6 or 0.7 group.
Yeah.
I guess.
I got 2 rounds left. We don't have to use this ammo, but we were getting such a sporadic out of the other one. I'd like to lose those last 2 rounds to hit that tannerite.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Because you got 2 here. I mean, you could use,
Oh,
whatever.
there is those 2 there as well.
So whatever you
Did
want.
you want to send another one, or are you good with this 5 round? I think we're good. I mean,
I like 5-round groups because, especially like this, the only way to get even more statistically valid data would be 10-round groups.
yes, sir.
Of course, the beauty of 10-round groups with this thing is doing it as a shooter is hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
This thing don't care because it ain't get tired.
It don't care.
So I will tell you in the future we're probably going to do some 10-round groups.
Oh, that's what I do, and everybody says, well, why do you do 10 rounds? Because we do 30, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
we're ransom, and it does, first round to last round. I want to know what that 10, 20, 17, 8 round, whatever mag, I want to know what that last, when there's not a following, I want to know what it does.
Yeah.
I'm not going to discount one of them.
Yeah,
And,
I'm with you.
And it's like I've told manufacturers, that tells you, hey, what's going on? And all of a sudden, if you do that, all of a sudden you pick up a mag and you're like, whoa, that flyer round went away, or hey, this way. But if you're not doing that, you will see that deviation. But if you're doing that, you're all of a sudden going, wow, this mag doesn't give me that last round hiccup, or this one does. Or, you start seeing patterns, and you're able to, if you're paying attention, you find those patterns. Don mentioned it earlier. It wasn't the results I expected. I come out here all the time and say, it's not the results I expected, but it's telling me something. What is it telling me? Because I can't discount it, because I'm going, we didn't move that much. We didn't move that much. I'm with you, Jonathan. We got a little movement out of that reticle, but we didn't move that much. Why are we 3 inches over?
Yeah.
I was a 1/4 inch at 200 yards, man. I'm a 1/4 inch over. I should have been within a 1/4 inch group, If I would have had a 1 inch hole and I only moved a 1/4, I'm going to say I would have been a 3/4 group, because we documented I was a slightly over. But we're like, send it, We could have adjusted over, but for the sake of letting it settle, sake of not messing with things, we sent it. And we say, okay, we're this or a 1/4 inch better. Everything has its variable.
I agree. All right, let's go pull that target. There's no sense.
That's smaller. Yeah, so those 4 is at 1 inch. So that one way up there is at 2 inch again, so that's a bummer. That's actually a smaller group at 1 inch. It's a 2 inch total, so that's still 1 inch at 100. It's not bad. It's still a 1 MOA. That's within our variable.
Yeah.
That's within our variable.
got
I always say
I'm
you got a 1/4 inch,
0.9.
half inch, your variable. So if you're holding halves, you're probably going to be within 3/4 to 1/4, or it could be half inch is your best, and it goes up to 1 inch down to a half. You always have that variable. It's not always a half. It's 1/4 inch plus or minus of that.
Yeah.
That's a 2 inch.
Yeah, I got
total.
0.9 MOA.
Yep, that's saying a 1 inch.
Measured out at 2.032 inches.
Which still falls within our 5, our 6, or your 7, your 9. You're in that margin of all the ammo we shot. And we know we have some ammo variation. So, this is your total impact. Zooming in here, guys, and here is everything you shot today. Everything you shot today. And that one low shot. That's everything.
Is that 2 inches there?
Total, I would have to say so. I mean, that's even with that other ammo we weren't liking, right? Much higher and 1 round way lower. And we know that was our first round. We all know that. That's what you call acceptable accuracy. I would not want to be standing here.
Right.
I would not want my hand here. I would, you know what I'm saying? That's completely acceptable.
We had to fix this down after 1, right? Because it fell.
Well, that was after the second round. The first round, the gun rose. The first round, the gun rose, and we have left it since then. So the first round was much lower, and you'll see that on video. The first round was, the second round went up, and it stayed there. the rest of the day. I never changed elevation. But that very first round was here, it rose. That first where the gun goes to the butt pad and kind of settles itself, it just wanted to lift a little. That's as expected. I see that all the time. Some are more, some are less. But there's that other group
Alrighty.
for you. We could get it better, but those are just factory lows, man. In a windy day.
Yeah.
We had to be getting up to 20, did we not?
I didn't see
13 was
20,
the
but
We're
highest.
at 20.
who knows if this is giving the.
I think we're getting 10 mile an hour, but I think we're getting gusts
Could be.
up to 20.
Yeah, the highest that I saw on mine was 13 miles an hour.
13.
Yeah.
Okay, on video, Tom. So that's our total group. I'm going to pull this away and show you.
My God,
Oh, man.
that's just
It dug
iPhone
itself.
weather app, though.
Look at this. Come.
This
You
one's
know.
saying about 12, so it's
It shot through the 2x4. It hits here, and all the splatter ate our wood.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Look at that. It was actually locked in there, holding it like that.
Yep,
That was kind of, it made it a real sturdy target at that point.
absolutely.
So all the lead splatter,
Oh wow,
pull it, and it locked it in. Look at that.
nice.
Chewed it up. But look at how full. That's why we couldn't hear the impact, but boy, it was dimpling.
Yeah,
man.
you said you didn't want to have your hand here. I don't want to have my hand here.
Right. And it sure was dimpling it. And this is a 6.5. So I want you to video the impact on that still right now. Can you get a close up of that? And they say those 6.5s don't have stopping power. I was going to say that earlier because I wasn't hearing the ding very hard, but it's definitely,
Look at that. It's just like,
and that's AR 500. That is absolutely AR 500. Pickled that,
well, it drove that plate into the wood. Yeah.
sawed it, peckled it.
Jeez.
And that's why you always put the camera away because that's splattering the wood.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's impressive. All those rounds through the wood, through here, splattered there. All those rounds today. It's a pretty good gun.
Pretty cool.
Seekins Precision with an adjustable brake. Good job, guys over there. Good build.